everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Christina with the Mamathon Diaries, your productivity coach, here today for a quickie lunch and learn. We've had quite the eventful morning today. And so I wanted to take some time and go live for a bit to chat with my ladies and do a check-in, especially since we hosted the Pillars of Productivity workshop this weekend. Okay. I know I have a tendency from time to time to come in, go full steam ahead, and really zero in on what I've heard you guys talking about over the course of time. Almost every woman that I've had the privilege of speaking with, coaching with, we all have similar struggles. Okay. And so for just a little while today, I'm going to talk to the brilliant woman. Okay. The brilliant woman. Yes. Yes, you may still wash dishes. Talk to the incredible and brilliant women joining with me today who are women who want it all. Okay. I have heard over the course of time throughout the years, I talk to women on different continents, different demographics. Some of us are in different spaces, family-wise. Some are single, some are married for years. Some of them are not moms. Many of them are women, busy moms who have a lot going on in their family lives, and they want to figure out how in the world do I get more done without burning out? How do I meet the needs of my family members, my loved ones, without maxing out? And so that's exactly what we do here in this space. If this is your first time catching me live, or it's been a while since the algorithm let you see our stuff, I am Christina Garrett. I'm your productivity coach. Whether we've worked together yet one-on-one or not, I'm still the voice in the back of your mind, reminding you that it's okay for you to slow down. It's okay for you to be way more intentional with how you spend your energy. And especially across the board, we want you to deliver excellence in all areas of your life, not just the ones that seem on paper like they're the most important. Okay. We are in this community a group of ambitious women. 97% of us are mothers. Most of us have multiple children, and we are branching out in the areas of helping others. Okay. I was sharing in one of the Facebook groups I'm in this morning about the beauty of the stretching. Okay. How beautiful it is to be a woman that wants to accomplish so much more. You want to give more and deliver more, but you also have a very real family to-do list. Y'all hear me? I'm here for the women who are like, I see everyone talking about push forward, full steam ahead, do all the things, but I have my children, I have my husband, maybe you're co-parenting with someone, you still have your 9-to-5 work duties. Some of us are business owners, starting businesses, breathing life into some new projects. A lot of us have missions that are so incredible and so outstanding and so major that you want to make the shift, but you're not completely sure, how do I do that? And so today, this live of sorts is a love letter to the woman that wants it all, but maybe you're not sure about the components that it takes to make that happen. This earlier today, I was sharing in the Facebook group, as I mentioned, about the beauty of feeling like you're moving from one place to another. Okay. The beauty of filling a pool that you really can't describe, but you know it's happening. If you've been that woman where you're taking a step out into greater, a step out into more, a step forward into the next level of your life, okay? You're doing all these things and you're serving and you're showing up and you're nurturing new opportunities. You're doing all of this, okay? And you want to figure out, how do I tap into the next level? This live today is for you, okay? And so we're going to talk to the women who want it all. We're going to talk to the beasts who kill the game at what they do. And they are thought leaders, okay? They are shaking the earth with how they see things. They see themselves at the next level, but a lot of times it can be hard to transition from the level you're on to that next level. I shared about how as I branch more into the corporate sphere, more B2B, business to business, working with corporations and organizations and doing more corporate wellness trainings and all of this, where I am right now, I did not foresee this happening. I never could see this from 5 years ago, even 10 years ago. I definitely didn't see Mamathon shifting into this place. But now as I see it, I feel it, I believe it. I believe it. Like I feel it fully down in my soul that this is what the next level is, okay? And so for the women who want to achieve more, do more, have it all, this is for you, okay? So number one, all right, let me do a quick check-in. All right, hey everybody. Hey everyone. There we go. Okay. All right. So today I'm going to do a quick check-in about for women who want it all. Okay. If you are a busy mama and you want it all, number one, you got to do a check-in with the pillars of productivity. And if you missed the workshop this weekend, that's okay. It might still be up on the page for another couple hours, but we're going to take it down and put it into our Mamathon store soon. Okay. For you guys to grab that. But I want you all to do a check-in with the pillars of productivity. Okay, I want you to sit there and ground yourself in these principles. Why? Because if you don't have a vision, if you cannot adequately communicate that vision to the people you love, if you cannot deliver tasks and other unnecessary things to other people, if you can't do all of this, then why are we showing up? Why are we doing this? Okay, and so we want to make sure that we're able to push forward, press fast forward in the right ways. If you are communicating and creating a vision that works and you are delegating your unnecessary tasks, if you're doing all these things, you will have dramatically less stress. You will have dramatically less things on your to-do list. You're able to pour your energy into things and people that bring the best out of you. But if you are not one of those people who's able to deliver that, if you can't adequately communicate your needs to the people you care about, then why are we here and why are we doing this? Why are we here? If this is not the case, you must be able to sit still with that. You have to be able to absorb that. Say, hey, listen, I take accountability for where I didn't communicate with you. I take accountability. I'm going to own that. I'm going to take responsibility for where I didn't create a vision that I could share with the people that I love. I got to own that. I have to take responsibility for that. I can't push that out on everyone else. That's mine to own. So the pillars of productivity, and if you want to catch that workshop is still up for a little while longer. Okay. You must take ownership. Hey, everybody. Take ownership of where you didn't deliver. A lot of times when it comes to being more productive and really addressing your challenges as a family and all of this stuff, right? When it comes to addressing all of this, you yourself have to say, did I paint the picture of what needed to happen? And then did I communicate it? Part of what I do as a coach is bridging the gap. Okay. Part of what I do as a coach, an executive women's leadership coach. Okay. A wellness coach for busy moms. Now shifting into more corporate trainings, right? We just did one for my local housing authority. We presented on communication for Hyatt Regency hotels the end of last year. Shifts. Okay. Y'all see it? You see it? Shifts. All right. As we did all of this, I have to be able to communicate the pillars of productivity to a new demographic of people in a way that can be received and responded to. I got to bridge the gap. For you and your family, you also have to bridge the gap. You want it all. You want to see more. You want to do more. You want to level up your influence and your income and how you impact the world. We don't have time to play. There are multiple ladies. I sent follow-ups and everything early part of this week. Like, listen, if you're ready to move forward, let's make moves. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to snatch somebody's edges for this. You don't have to work with me as a coach. You can work with whoever you feel like is calling your name, right? Is in alignment with where you want to go next. That's fine. I shared with my email list this morning. I said, my focus this year is women who are thought leaders. Women who don't just want to organize for the sake of organizing. No, thank you. What's the reason that we're doing all of this? What's the direction that you see yourself going? Talk to me about this family vision. Talk to me about where you see yourself. One of our ladies, she said, I see myself on the stage. I see myself doing some things that I hadn't. At one phase of my life, I didn't visualize this, but now this is where I see myself. Now I see me taking this platform and this dream. Hey, everybody, I see myself taking this dream and going to the next level with it. I was honored to present for Lakewood Church, Joel Osteen and them. An honor, right, for their women in business last week. And I talked to them about having the confidence to go after what God has for you. Not because you so much believe in yourself, but because you believe in what God says about you. I believe what God says about me. I believe in the gifts and the talents and the skill sets he's dropped in here. I believe that. And because I believe it, I now have access and boldness to go forward into that next sphere. For the woman that wants it all, you have to believe it, not just believe, hype yourself up and all this kind. Mindset is a big part of it. We're not going to nix that out, right? You definitely got to work on your mind. But I want to challenge the thought that I am who God says I am. I am who God says I am. God said I can have that. God put it in my heart that I can have that. God told me if I just stay in alignment with what he's calling me to, that we can do this work together. God told me if I put first things first, that I have access, abundant, exceeding, above what I imagine. So for the woman who wants it all, number one, it's going to require you to stretch. Somebody put that in the comments for me. It's going to require you to stretch. If you want it all, you're going to have to be okay with feeling uncomfortable. You're going to need to feel okay with feeling that pull that comes from the old you into the new you. You're going to have to settle with the adjustment inside. That I'm no longer the 2020 version of me. I'm no longer the 2018 version. I'm not the 2015 version. The offers and packages that we offer now have adjusted, right? They've changed, but not because I'm delivering the same thing. It's because I've changed. I've changed. Me. The level had to go up, and we're taking everybody with us, right? We're not just doing people who want to organize for the sake of organizing meal plans for, okay. That's like small stuff. These are small things. I'm talking about you see yourself on the next level. That's a different ball game. That's a different game that we're going to play, okay? So I just feel like when you want it all, you have to become accustomed to being uncomfortable. Frederica, thank you for that. She says, I'm dealing with that now, being okay with being uncomfortable because it's a sign of growth. I have to fall in love with feeling challenged. I have to fall in love with feeling uncomfortable because it's a sign of my growth. That I am no longer who I used to be. I'm no longer playing the same game I used to play. Now, the next level requires more. And I'm okay with that. I'm going through now the process of becoming a Hyatt Regency partner, right? Like a vendor in their system and all this stuff. And it's like forms and terminologies. And I'm like, I don't know if I ever used this term before. And I'm just going in and learning new things about how to operate on the corporate level. Different ball game for me, but I'm loving it. I'm loving Googling definitions. I don't know what they are. falling in love with that, because that means I'm in a space I've never been in before, but she belongs there. That's beautiful. Okay. So when you want it all, number one, you have to be okay with feeling the stretch. It requires a stretch. It requires you growing into a new space. That might be how you invest in yourself. Okay. That might be how you show up on a more consistent basis. Okay. That might be you hitting that gym. Okay. Be uncomfortable. I told my one of my girlfriends this morning, I said, I kind of feel like I'm in a seed. I was like, but I'm breaking through the soil now. That's how I feel now at this place in my life. I feel like I'm a bird and I'm breaking through the shell and I'm doing the work to get to that next place. That's how I feel. It's a discomfort. It's beautiful. It feels like this is where you're supposed to be. So we have to be okay with feeling uncomfortable. We have to be okay with feeling the stretch. Number two, wanting it all requires a system. I know y'all didn't think we were going to get out alive without talking about a system. At this very moment, this present time, you probably hear water running in my house. That's because my amazing 14-year-old son, it's his kitchen day. Okay. So he is in there doing what needs to be done before we leave the house for the day. That's a part of my system. It's a part of my system that I have support with things that need to happen around the house. And I don't have to micromanage the results of that. Okay. It requires a system. What needs to be a part of your system? And some of us, we communicate without a system. There's no method to the madness. Some of us are trying to communicate with our loved ones, but we have no method. So here you are being over the top, giving too much, saying too much, fussing, nagging, mad, but you have no alternate suggestion for how things can be. We have no alternate suggestion for how things can operate. Hey, baby. We don't have a system for it. So unless you are okay with mapping it out, with painting the picture of what needs to happen, when it needs to happen, who's involved with this decision making or actions, your kids might need a chart. Your husband might need a honey-do list, a honey, I need help with this list. You may need all of these things to put it into play, but that's okay. Wanting it all and stretching into a new version of you requires a system. It requires you to go through and map these things out. And some of us, we want to run ahead to delegating and moving stuff off our plate. I'm done with this. I'm not doing it anymore. If it costs my piece, it's too expensive. Y'all know what we do. Y'all know how we act. A lot of us, we are running ahead to this picture of I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Hey, baby, I love you. Come on, give me a kiss. Get all up in your teeth. My husband just got back from out of town, y'all. Okay, but some of us, we're skipping over some stuff, and you have not implemented in between all of these things that need to be done. You're skipping over it. You need to bring it back. Okay. So doing it all, wanting it all, number one, requires you to fall in love with stretching. You have to fall in love with changing. You have to fall in love with being uncomfortable, because discomfort equals growth. Okay. Number two, it requires a system. You cannot just set it and forget it and think that your family, your business, your life is going to replicate this mindset. Some of us saw an Instagram video. Some of us saw a reel that made us say, I want this to be my new life. That's all fine and good. We appreciate that. But no one in your family, your children, your husband, the team at your business or at your job, everybody missed this eye-opening, awakening light bulb moment. So I'm going to need you, okay, to update the people that are on your team or in your tribe so that they can reflect the changes that are happening in your system, okay? And then number three, it requires a mindset shift. It requires a mindset shift. Now, we talk a lot about mindset. I think it's often a word that is thrown around so much that it can be exhausting. And as soon as you think of mindset, you kind of just check out. Okay. I want to encourage you as you shift in how you think that you tell yourself a different story. I want you, as you work on your mindset, to tell yourself a different story. You see, the human brain produces like 80,000 thoughts a day, at least 80,000 thoughts a day. And do you know and realize that at least 70 to 80% of those are negative thoughts? Well, we tell ourselves one thing, we want to believe something different, but I'm just going based off of my history, my past experiences, all these things. I'm going based off of these things. This is just how I feel right now, okay? And so what we want to do instead is invert that thought pattern, invert what our brains are doing, and begin to feel, all right, my brain wants to protect me. What do I want to choose instead? What do I want to choose instead? When I think about Mamathon, when I think about the conference, October 27th through the 29th in Atlanta, DM me your email if you want to come. Okay. As I think about stretching and moving into all of these new places, I'm like, oh, girl, this is where you're supposed to be. When we talk about confidence and all of this, I was like, it's not that I believe so much in myself. I just believe what God says about me. I choose to believe that. I choose to embrace that with my whole heart, that I trust what God says about me and about my family and about where we're going, about what's happening next, what he's producing in us as we build. I choose to believe that instead. Can I let that simmer? Can I say, you know what? I know this doesn't feel easy. Most dynamic changes in your life do not feel easy. Even now in this current moment, I got to go in and do some system stuff. And it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning and it's beautiful. The discomfort is beautiful. Some days I feel uncomfortable when my children, I love them, they might half do the kitchen, right? One day my son, he left every pot. And he's like, Mom, they're soaking. I said, okay, baby. But in the morning, I'm going to need you to come back and finish these dishes. Okay. Some days that's uncomfortable for me because I don't want to be the nagging mom. You know, I don't want to be the mom that fusses or whatever. But it's like, okay, you will not learn how to execute well and be a finisher if I don't teach it to you as your mom. Every year, the conference, they get to see the pictures and hear the music, and it's like lit on another level. It just is. Last year was better than ever. And year 8, it's going to be off the charts. Okay, so anyway, I say all that to say this. Every year when I do the conference, they get to see their mother finish a project. They get to see their mom finish a project. Something that I work on for like 6 to 8 months every year. One of my girlfriends, she was like, I want to have an event and I want to do it. And her date was like 2 months away. I was like, do not do that to yourself. Like, Mamathon conference, we're planning now for October. Let's just get that out. Let's just get that out. We're planning now for October. Okay. That should paint a picture for you about the work and effort and intention that goes into an event of this magnitude. So I'm sitting here like, they get to see their mother as somebody who finishes goals because I want them to be finishers. They got to start with, hey, come back and sweep the other part of the kitchen that you missed. Hey, the trash didn't go out. Hey, did you go under your bed to claim your room is finished? Like, we have to teach the finishing power now. These are all mindset shifts that have to happen. And sometimes because we're working on it in ourselves, we may see a mirror reflection of ourselves and our children. So we're softer on them. I hope somebody's getting this. We are softer on them because we ourselves are struggling with being a finisher. We ourselves struggle with finishing projects on the timeline. We ourselves procrastinate. And we see ourselves and our kids. What do you say about a child who procrastinates when their parents do it too? What do you say about a kid who doesn't finish a project or everything is late. When you don't finish your projects on time, when you're not trustworthy with projects, with assignments, what do you say to a kid who is struggling with who they are and they're growing into their process? You want them to read, you don't read? Like, I want you to fall in love with education. You don't grow yourself. I know, I wasn't trying to go here. We talk about mindset shifts. We talking about changing our mindset. That's one reason this year I was like, I want to work with clients who inspire me, who are like next level. This is where I am now, but this is where I see myself going. Can Christina help me organize my family life and my schedule so I got more time for thinking and clarity and brainstorming and building my platform, not just into something local that we do on Facebook. No. We talking about next level. We're talking about going to the next level. I'm talking about every time you pitch, you get a response. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going and shooting your shot and knowing that you offer such immense value. This is beyond just, I just kind of want to, I'm just kind of leaning towards being this person. No. I want action-taking women who know what they want. And you're like, listen, I know me organizing my family is a part of this. I know me getting on a better relationship with my husband is part of this. I recognize that me communicating better with my kids. Some of us are like, maybe I'm not going to hire out all this help. If you have children in your house who can hack into your phone and go to YouTube, then you might not even need a cleaning service. If they can get into your phone, they can operate the washing machine and the dishwasher. You don't have to hire a whole team yet. My kids might not clean the oven. So then here comes the cleaning lady, right? I don't always got time to clean my room, but I'm grown. So she can come on in and handle that. Deep cleaning, bet. But this maintenance on a daily basis, I'm sorry. Some of us are wasting our time doing extra things. We're talking about mindset shifts. We're talking about becoming the person that we dream of becoming so that we can pull our families into this journey too. That as my husband and I grow, now my kids come and they say, oh, mommy, I'm not going to college. I'm going to go straight to aviation school. Oh, mama, I'm not sure if this is where I want to be, but I know that time is a resource I'll never get back again. This is my 14-year-old son. Time is a resource I won't get back again. So I'm not going to watch anything non-educational until 6 p.m. I'm not going to turn on Blackish, which is his current show of the month or the semester. I'm not going to turn that on until this evening because I want to grow. But it's because we're creating an environment here at home of one where we go and we just go get new books. And we get excited about feeding our brains. And we know that the more I put inside, it's a resource to my community and to my clientele and all this stuff. So I teach them at a different level about life and about the power of being a finisher and being that person that shows up to execute well on the next level. We're talking about going to the next. Okay, this requires a mindset shift. Do your inner checks. Do your inner homework. Ask yourself, are you bringing I'm a superstar, ambitious corporate sis home so that now when you get here too, you've got to be the primary problem solver and you have to be the leader who makes everything right. You got to be the person who's the powerhouse fixer because that's what you do in the other spaces. So here I have to do that too. Am I feeling like I need to be the primary problem solver because that's what I have to do in my CEO position or COO or CMO or CIO? I don't know what IO are, right? But I'm the primary problem solver there. So now when I come home, I need to do the same thing. Some of us, our time scales are off balance where we're working more than we are spending time with our families. I told my kids, listen, I'm about to go live early so I can enjoy the rest of my day with my family. Read a book, breathe. We might go to the park, chill. Okay? I want to be more present, more engaged. And some of us were such powerhouse women. We got missions that are literally going to change the world. Literally. Even if it's just your sphere. Even if it's just your city. Mamathons International. And now we're working on securing more media opportunities, right? Conversations with some, epic stuff. When we talk about stretching, your girl stretching. But it's so intentional. It's so for me. And it's for you too. It's for you too. Doing bigger, doing more. But it's only because I choose not to spend my energy on stuff that somebody else can do. I just make the choice. I've made the shift, right? And my clients, the women I work with, they're like, I'm ready to make the shift too. I'm ready to do things on a bigger level, be more visible, be more consistent, because I know I'm not putting all my energy into this extra stuff. It's okay to say enough is enough and I'm done now. It's all right for you to say that, okay? So when you want it all, number one, it requires stretch. You have to fall in love with being challenged. You have to fall in love with new discoveries and new ways to do things, and pumping up, enlarging your capacity, asking God to enlarge your capacity to do more, be more, show up more, slay more. Okay, it requires a stretch. You got to fall in love with being a little uncomfortable. Discomfort doesn't mean bad, it just means outside of your normal. Feeling uncomfortable doesn't have to feel bad, it's just out of your normal. So you fall in love with being stretched. You fall in love with new opportunities. You fall in love with raising your hand and saying, yes, I can do that. I'm the person that you've been looking for. You might not have known that you were looking for me, but you are. Falling in love with that stretch of volunteering your name and saying, I'm the best thing you might not have heard about yet, but once you have, you will never be the same. Be that person. Fall in love with that stretch. Number two, it requires a system. If you're going to do it all, it requires you to organize your life. You have to be willing to look at all of these moving pieces and determine what needs to stay. What do you need to do more of? What needs to go? Who do you need to say no to? You have to be all right with that process. You have to be okay with that. It requires a system. A lot of us want to delegate before we have communicated. A lot of us want to give away tasks, and you have not painted the picture open and clear for anybody that you live with. You want to be this new, fantastic version of yourself, but you haven't created a version to really define what that looks like. So we got to do that. That's number two. And lastly, but not least, you must have a mindset shift. Hey, Atanya. Number three, you must have a mindset shift. You have to walk forward and identify, recognize what's best serving you and what isn't. And then you have to be committed to telling yourself a different story. You have to intentionally invert those negative thoughts and turn them into positive beliefs that you rehearse over and over and over again. I have told myself, and I now understand, the 2023 version of Christina, I wasn't ready for that in 2020. 2018, I really wasn't. Okay, no idea. I wasn't ready there. But now I had to do a lot of work. I had to be coached. I had to do intentional work internally to dismantle what I used to think and change it into a whole different belief system. That is for me. I'm supposed to be there. This is naturally my next step. Okay? You have to fall in love with that. You got to fall in love with that inner work. That this is a thought that's not serving me. These are actions that are not working. I got to take these mindset shifts that I'm working on and bring them home to my family. I got to bring them home. If I'm a procrastinator, Maybe my family might reflect that. If I'm playing small due to lack of belief, maybe there's some people in my family that are doing the same thing, lack of on my team. Maybe I need to work internally on those things that are not serving me. Be okay with that. Be okay with working on that. Be okay with saying I tried to delegate too soon. There's some things I need to do ahead of time that have not been serving me in the past. Okay. So as we finish up today, I just want to encourage you, push you to fall in love with that beautiful discomfort. Fall in love with what your next level looks like. Fall in love with the version of you that you see when you close your eyes and you envision. I want you to fall in love with that person. Okay. Because that's who God sees you as. Told one of my she was going through a hard time. I said, listen, baby, when I think about you, this is the version of you that I see. I said, you might need to rehearse putting on that aura and that vision of yourself as this particular woman until it feels natural, until it feels like every day when I wake up and walk around, this is just who I am. Just who I am. Hey, Shiva. It's just me. Other day, Shiva, I was in the store, right? And I was talking to a good friend about different clientele and working with more executive women as we're making that shift and all of that. Executive women, women who own businesses, stuff like that. And so we were talking about that. I go into the store sometime this week, maybe last week. I go into the grocery store. I am in sweats. Do you hear me? Like my husband's t-shirt, his jogging pants, some tennis shoes that were not that sexy, okay? But attracting this type of woman is just who I am, okay? So I go in, I see this woman. She had a fly bag and some gorgeous shoes. I said, excuse me. I said, I love your shoes. I said, I love your shoes. I said, who are they by? She told me the name. Of course, I've never heard of them. And I said, that's phenomenal. So we're walking towards the checkout together. You know, she is not melanated. She does not look like me. Okay. She's fly, fabulous. Okay. So I go to her and I say, you know, listen, I said, are you on your way to work? What do you do? Okay. She says that she is, I'm not going to give her a job position. She may come in and follow up. But I mean, executive level, powerhouse, community shifting type job. Okay. She had them nice shoes on for a reason. Okay. And I said, oh, that's I said, what a cool job. So I just think that is so fly. I just think it's incredible. She said, well, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm a productivity coach for working moms, right? She said, oh, that's the cool job. I said, well, you know, it is. And so, you know, she said, do you have a card? Like, I know people who need a coach for moms. I said, I don't, of course. I literally grabbed like my wallet, no purse, no nothing. I said, I don't. I said, but do you have a card? Got her card. I said, oh, okay, cool. All right. I'm going to reach out to you. Let's connect. Let's do lunch. And so we have a lunch date for the end of the month. I want to paint out. This is a mindset shift that I hope everybody grabs onto and runs with it. Okay. The mindset shift is that there are opportunities all around me. Everywhere I go, I meet somebody that I was supposed to meet who's going to help push me to a next place. Everywhere I go. I'll go sit down and have brunch and kiki with my mama. And next to me will be somebody that works for the school board. I'll go out on a lunch date with my husband. The person in front of me is a principal. Like, as we shift into more corporate school, all this stuff, they're everywhere. People are all around me. And the God we serve positions events and people and opportunities all around you to help you move to where you're supposed to be. Everywhere I go, I'm always looking for it. Oh my gosh, you look gorgeous. Oh, key in the bookstore. What do you do? Oh, really? I'm this. I'm a corporate wellness trainer. Everywhere I go, I'm going to say it. Everywhere I go, I'm going to tap into that next. That's a mindset shift. Everywhere I go, I see open doors. Everywhere I go, there's an opportunity. All the time. Okay. So as we wrap up today, if you want it all, it requires a stretch for you to feel uncomfortable. It requires a system. Do not just drop the bomb on your family, friends, tribe, and loved ones talking about get with the program. Stop it. Stop. Just stop. Okay. And then number three, it requires a mindset shift to become a woman that sees herself as where she's going, seeing yourself as that today, seeing opportunities all around you, and then becoming a finisher, a powerhouse woman that completes what is in front of her. Therefore, she influences others around her to do the same. Okay. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to kick it with me today. Of course, if you are interested in working together, if you're a superstar mama and you're like, listen, I know that there's some organization I need to do this year. I know I need to move some things around so that I honor my own personal self-care needs, the needs of my family, the goals of my business, my platform, my mission. We are looking for incredible women who are ambitious and ready to move to the next level. I have some ladies who were not ready to move forward yet. That's all fine and good. That means that spot opened up for you. Okay. So if you want to work together this year, you're ready to take it up a notch. I am too. And I'm excited about it. Okay. So feel free to slide in my DMs after this is over. I'm out. I'm going to go enjoy my day. It's pretty outside. I hope that you all are incredible and that your day is blessed and prosperous. All right. Love y'all.